The hurricane came through this weekend. Now our area did not get hit as nearly as hard as some of the other surrounding areas. Really the worst of it was our basement getting flooded and a bunch of downed trees in our woods. And the trees in our woods looked like just something came through and just pushed them all over like dominoes. Some of the trees were broken in half. It's like the wind came through here and pushed them all over. And some of them just laid out. Okay, so this is day 3 with no power.
Yeah, so we have a campfire going outside, our little makeshift tent over here, and a makeshift campfire with a grill on it. And I've got 2 spatchcock chickens and some ribs, and we are going to just season this up and then cook it over the open flame.
Look at this. Wow.
We got a feast?
That's a feast. That looks good.
Yeah.
We're still running off of generators. So we have a generator for the house. We got a generator for all our freezers. So all the meat's staying cold. We're good there. I was able to find gas in town, which, you know, you got to get up at 5 in the morning if you want to get the gas, because long lines or they don't have any gas. From what I hear, power is going to be out for another, it might be a week. It might be 4 days, it might be 5 days, no one knows. So in the meantime, we have plenty of gas. Lorraine's parents just came, and they weren't really affected at all. So they came and brought waters and making sure, you know, we're good. So internet has been a problem. Like even cell service, we had 0. But I was able to, we have Starlink internet, and that has been a game changer all around, because we're able to plug that into our generator and have internet. But it only works when the generator's on. So internet's kind of iffy, and we're starting to get cell service slowly. All right, Lorraine, how you holding up?
Good.
Day 3, no power.
Day 3. We're doing good. We're having a good time out here.
We're sharpening our cooking over the flame skills.
Yeah, our outdoor lifestyle. But it's going well. Like we're having fun, actually. This is very adventurous.
Our biggest inconvenience is no power, but you know.
Yeah, which is
creating
another inconvenience, which is no water. Like that's hard. I think we're being very, very careful with our water, and what I'm realizing is we use a lot of water. Like, I mean, it's not just like, you know, everyone's like, oh, save a couple gallons per person, but like we live on a farm, so we're always washing our hands, like always.
Right.
Yeah. So we're always washing our hands. We're drinking a lot of water because we're walking around.
Yeah, this is just us, not the animals. Animals are fine.
Yeah. So we got to take into account, like, I mean, we're using very minimal dishes. We're trying to use disposables as much as we could, but
yeah.
Still washing dishes, you know. So there's a lot of water that we use.
Yeah.
So that's just been very heavy, like
right.
the lack of water. But I am thankful for all of the rainwater that you saved, because that has been very helpful to us.
Right. We're washing dishes with rainwater.
We're washing dishes.
I'm showering in the rainwater.
We might be showering.
Maybe not. I don't know. I might be doing that tonight.
We're doing that tonight. Like it's day 3. Come on. I don't know how many more sponge baths we could do.
Some of them chicken wings.
Mm-hmm. People like chicken wings.
Ready to get water from the creek?
No, from your
rain collection.
Rain collection.
We're camping now, guys. Look at this. We got the tent out. We slept out last night out in the tent, and it was actually really nice. We just got the message from the power company saying that it may be another 5 days. Could be sooner, but they said no more than 5 from yesterday. Yesterday was day 3, Today is day 4. So maybe by this Friday?
Anybody who wants an egg, we got an egg. We're gonna throw it up. That's good.
Our rain towers have been coming in handy, let me tell you. We collected so much rain from this storm that we are using it for our animals all the time, and now our dishes. Yeah?
Yeah. It's working out great.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a rinse tub already.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And the water looks clean.
Do a second rinse, weren't we?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, the water is really crystal clear. It's clean. We're not drinking it. But
not
yeah,
yet, not yet.
Not yet, I know. They say it might be another week without power, so I told Jason, I was like, we might be drinking it. But yeah, it's good. This is good water.
This is our main generator here that we're using. Now, this generator will power our whole house. If I was hooked up to it properly, I could just plug it into an outlet and boom, all of our house is on, and we'll have our well water, but we're not. So I'm having to run electrical cords to our freezers and to in the house. It's powering our internet. The only way we're able to have internet, because we have Starlink and we just plug it in. That's the only time it works. So definitely one of my goals is to get that going so we could plug it into the house and everything's set up. We don't have to run extension cords or anything. Also, this thing is super loud. So we've only been running it so far maybe a few hours a day and then turning it off. Maybe in the morning or in the evening. I'm a little worried about the gasoline situation. I mean, we're good right now, but I wonder at what point do the gas stations run out of gas? And a lot of the gas stations don't have power, so that means you can't go. Or there's a huge line. Having a solar generator, I think, is in my future. And so you don't have to rely so much on gas all the time. So it's like you always have to have everything. This one also can take propane. So propane and gas, you know, multiple things. Propane, gas, solar, to power whatever it is you have. But for right now, it's mainly our freezers that we are trying to keep going. Man, pigs are tough. Pigs are tough. I am sure glad that we did butcher them turkeys and those last of our meat chickens. I don't know if they would have made it through that storm now that we butchered them all and they're all in our freezer. So you either try to keep them alive or try to keep them frozen. You gotta pick your battles. A good thing I'm not reliant on our fence energizer, because that would be out. You know, we have enough of these solar energizers for our animals where we don't need to rely on the main energizer all the time. Hell, man. I did manage to go to Lowe's in town, and in town they have electricity. Lowe's had electricity, and I thought it was going to be a lot worse as far as people, but it wasn't that bad. People were actually extremely nice, nicer than usual. Like, yeah. But of course, I wanted to see what people were taking, or what were they buying. You know, of course, all the gas tanks were gone, all the electrical cords are gone. A lot of people in the plumbing section, but for the most part, it was actually pretty calm, and it wasn't super crowded. But you know what's crowded is the fast food lines. I mean, those lines are crazy. Like, long lines to get food. You know, McDonald's, Bojangles. So the pig's been doing a heck of a job taking down all the sorghum. Like that's this is a lot of sorghum going on here. It was 7 foot tall. And they're getting it. They're getting it. Excuse me. October workshop sold out. November workshop, we're halfway sold out. So if you guys want to still come for a workshop on processing a whole Kune organic pasture raised pork, November's the day. So everything's on our website. My friend Billy from Perma Pastures Farm is going to be here also teaching the class. He's a trained butcher, so he's going to be doing it. I'm going to be doing it. You know, just working together on teaching folks how to put meat in the freezer. We're done with chicken butchering classes for this year. We're going to start back that up next year. So yesterday I was able to take showers, guys. We're taking showers in the rain tank. We're using that water for showers now. Yeah, I mean it's come in handy for feeding our animals. Now it's feeding us. Alright, so we're gonna try to fix this fence. We had a tree fall on it. Actually, two trees fall on it from the hurricane. And we cut them already, chopped them up, got them off the fence line. And surprisingly, the high tensile fence, you know, it didn't break, didn't snap. And even these poles here, these wood concreted posts, did not, you know, they're still straight. And the only thing is the insulator, one of the insulators, it ripped out of the pole, which is a good thing. Because if I had to replace the insulator, it's better than replacing a pole. This is where I'm stretching it. And this did not pop off. Ooh, here we go. Here's another insulator, my corner insulator. That popped off. It's like one of these. It goes on this end. That popped off the post. There it is. Maybe we could reuse it. It just snapped in half. This goes around the pole there. It hooks onto that insulator. First rule of fence building: have a extra supply of fence building tools and material, insulators, because eventually that was going to happen. Pop that back in. All right, so I bent the ends here a little bit to help me out because it's a little bit, you know, it's not so much slack on this, and they kept on slipping. So you bend the ends and the crimper won't slip out of the way, and then we gotta tighten it back up. And it's 80 degrees today, but it's hard to believe that, and we're supposed to get our first frost in 15 days. Since I'm at it, might as well tighten all of these. Yeah, we're tight. Nothing else broke, amazingly. That's a good fence right there, boy. We're tight back up, tight. This side's good. Didn't snap off, except for this. Could have been worse. That tree could have landed instead of the gate. It could have landed right here on my H brace. Yeah, I mean I would assume that would just bring it down. So yeah, it was almost like perfect right in the middle of the gate. I mean, it didn't even budge the H brace. Like, this H brace is still straight. You know, it popped the hinge off, which that's fine. That one's a scary one right there, because also this one's leaning over this group of trees, and then this one is holding up that one. Okay, so it's day 5 with no power, no electricity, and I just seen our neighbors across the way has electricity. It just popped on. It's going.
What?
I don't know. All right, turn it on. Turn on electricity. Okay, let's turn on electricity. Let's see.
What?
Turn on electricity.
See?
Hey!
We did it! We survived!
All right, good job, guys. I mean, we thought it was gonna be a lot longer than 5 days, honestly. I thought it was gonna be maybe another week. We kept getting text messages from the power company saying it's this day and that day, and it's gonna be a week, and people were saying 2 weeks.
Then our city would send us an email saying, oh, expect another week longer, and so we didn't know who to believe, but...
And thanks to you guys.
Hey, we held out.
You guys held out, troopers.
You guys held out, and my parents came and brought us drinking water.
Yes.
Which we would have run out, and homemade cookies and homemade bread, which was so nice to have.
And they hung out.
And they hung out. Yeah, and they were very helpful. More than just hanging out, they were very, very helpful. So I'm very thankful for that.
And we camped.
We camped.
And we camped out. We finally went camping.
Yeah.
We did. So I actually don't have a whole lot to complain about. Like, I'm very thankful because we got to do 2 things off the bucket list, which was like all year long, I kept telling Jason, oh, I would love to have an outdoor kitchen. I would love to have an outdoor kitchen, but I know that's just not in the schedule for this year for priorities. And I have an outdoor kitchen. And then the second thing was, oh, I wanted to go camping this year, but I know we didn't have time to do it, to fit it in. We actually got to go camping this year, so.
I mean, a lot of the people that came out, and then the guys working on the poles, and I mean, there was poles ripped out of the ground and cut in half, and they had to redo all that. And the last couple of days, we've seen a lot of people just working on it like day and night.
Yeah.
So
all the crews that worked so hard, the linemen, the first responders, everyone has worked super hard on getting everything back in store. I mean, this isn't over, but there's still a huge mess, especially out towards Asheville, but we are so thankful that everyone's working quickly. And it's also a community too. We've had so many people just stop by, you know.
And just see how we're doing.
I mean, we've been checking on our friends. They've been checking in on us. Everyone's just been kind of helping everyone. Like, well, you need water, you need this, can we get you this? And we've been...
Even going into town, you kind of expect like it's going to be crazy and people are going to be mad. And it wasn't really like that. I mean, we went to Lowe's and we had some really good encounters with folks, and everyone seemed like just polite and kind.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
So hang in there, everyone. The power's coming on. And we're gonna keep at it. Yeah, one of my #1 priority for the last 5 days was keeping all this meat frozen, because we have all our turkeys in here. Plus we have our chicken, pasture-raised organic chickens that we're selling, and there's some in here. I had to condense the 2, and we kept them frozen, guys. Man, that was a little scary. You know, those generators did it. Yeah, it's a little relief off the shoulders. Although I feel we're not out of the woods yet. There's still gas stations that are not open, or there's just a long line, and I'm worried that we're gonna run out of gas. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure, but you know, there's still people that need help too. So although we do have a lot of resources here, I mean, this is kind of just our lifestyle. But you know, we're not perfect, and there's always room for improvement.